Coach Jules back with another one. Back-to-back Riseology episodes. Here we got Rise Eagles Whites playing Bosque School. Let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, we start our possession. First possession of the game. It should be a good game. Let's break it down. All right, we're going down. Good ball screen. We roll. Patience. No shot there. Dribble into that corner. Let's see if we can get out that corner, get that ball back to the top. Ball screen set. Coming off the screen. Get that ball to the left side. That's a good job being patient. We had the ball to the right side. Now we got it to the left side, back to the right. All right, kick it out to the top. Patience. Let's see, what kind of shot do we get? We don't get a shot, so a turnover. I'm not going to keep track, but hey, that's turnover number one. If you're watching and really studying the game, keep track of how many turnovers for the team and for you individually. All right, as I've been watching the film, that's one thing I've been seeing is a lot of turnovers. All right, so let's continue to break it down. They're at the free throw line. We'll go ahead and fast forward that. Hey, good shot, Zion. Free throw. All right, our ball. We're bringing it down 1-0. Marcus, point guard. All right. We get the ball to Leland. Leland, patience at the top of the key. Looks to drive, kicks it out. Good decision. Tristan, baseline drive. Looks to score, gets blocked. Has to know that there's a defender right there. Not saying it's a bad shot, but maybe come to 2 feet. Get the shot blocker in the air. Pump fake. Get into his body. Get a foul on him. Get the shot blocker out the game because now he has 2 fouls within the first 2 minutes. All right. Patience. We try to use the pick and roll. It's a good idea, but it's not there. It's still our ball. All right, we're bringing the ball in. Noah catches it at the top. Leland catches it at the top. Patience. Good jab step. Good footwork. Step backs. Not a good shot, really. We step back, mid-range jump shot, long shot, but good way to get the ball, keep it in play, and get a basket. We don't want to force tough twos, long twos, especially step back twos. Let's keep that ball moving. So now we're on defense. Looks like we're in a 2-3. Active hands, sliding, communication, hands up, way to recover. They attack the basket, shot goes up. That needs to be our rebound. All right, they have good size out there. We need a box out. We need a rebound. All right, ball on the ground. They're rotating it. Shot goes up. That should be our rebound. Whew. We got lucky. Feet were close to the baseline. Let's see what happens. We're pushing it down the court. Coming off the screen. Get the ball to Leland in the corner. Way to pass that shot up. Get the ball moving. Marcus jab. Attack the basket. It's a tough shot. Off the spin mid-range. It's a tough shot. As in, maybe we could have passed it up, got a better shot because it was kind of hard. We kind of want to get better shots. That's a good shot. Finish at the basket and one. Way to run the transition break. I like how you guys passed the ball forward and we scored quick. That's one thing all teams need to do a little bit more is look down when we get the ball. If we can score in a 1-on-0 or a 2-on-1, 1-on-1, it's a lot easier. So great job. They do have a lot of size out there. All right, so we need to make sure that we are contesting and ready to rebound. All right, they dribble drive to the basket. We need to have hands up. That was a good drive by them. All right, screen at the top. Dribble handoff. Noah dribbling around. Get that ball moving. Leland in the mid-high post. Attacks. Still a tough shot. It's a long mid-range too. We need to look to try to get to the basket in the paint. Paint touches. Everything right now is perimeter oriented. When we've scored, we've been at the basket. Marcus and Tristan, 2 of their baskets. All right, we're being patient. We attack, we get fouled. All right, on the baseline. 3 ball in the corner, miss. Is going down, their ball. All right, I'll speed it up, slow it down. All right, let's see, where we at? Hands up. Nice, way to have active hands in there. That was a good steal, way to create it. We look down, but that's a turnover. So we get the steal and then we turn it right over. That's just got to make better decisions on offense. They attack the basket, shot goes up. That's a nice, strong drive. It's a close game. Get that ball in the low post, mid post. Solid shot, because now we're a little closer to the basket. Elbow, instead of being pushed out a little farther. All right, we get that ball. Once that ball's going to that 39, we're collapsing on it. All right, they drive, dribble baseline. We kick out, or we close out, I'm sorry. Shot goes up, they get a travel. All right. Definitely looks like it's going to be a tough game here. Each possession is going to matter. All right. Our ball, top of the key. Leland gets it to Q down low. Backs him down. Kicks it out. Anthony. We turn it over. I don't know if too hard of a pass or the catch, but hey, regardless, it's a team turnover. We cannot have that turnover. All right. They look to dribble drive. Do they get fouled? Yep, they get fouled. They're going to the free throw line. All right. Shot goes up. We need 4 people in there. We got 4. Let's see. Rebound. We need the rebound. We need the rebound. We need the rebound. We need the rebound. All right, so looks like it is our ball. I'm not sure if it was a foul or they were out of bounds on the line, but our ball. All right, we're bringing it down. Very good game. We throw it. We have a mismatch down low. That has to be a bucket. That's a great find, Marcus. We found the mismatch. That's great offense. Use our big man down low. Good job, Leland. That was your positioning too as well. You got to do that a little bit more. You have good size advantage on a lot of people. So if you take them down low, you can use that to just jump and score over them because you have a nice touch. Like right now, we should be looking to find Q or Leland down low. We have to establish down low presence. That's going to open up our three-point shooters. If we don't score at the basket, all they're going to do is guard the three-point line. So none of our three-point shooters are going to get open. All right. We need to establish a down low presence. So I said a lot of outside shots right now. All right. They're bringing the ball down the court. We get some subs in there. They're going to the free throw line. I'm going to speed it up. They knock down both free throws. All right, we're bringing the ball down. We look to attack. We kick it out. Anthony in the corner. It looks like there was something called. Okay, a foul. So black ball. All right, we're bringing it down. We're playing long three, and we cash it out. That's a big shot. All right. However, it is another outside shot. It's a great one, and we definitely needed it. We still need to look to establish inside presence though on offense. They got to respect us down low. That's going to even open up our three-point shooters even more, and we have a lot of them. We're attacking the basket. Look what happens when we attack the paint. We open up the outside. Three-pointer. That's not the best one we could have got, especially if we have to take a dribble or two. We kind of hesitated. Catch and shoot. Let it fly right away. All right. They're bringing it down. We're still in that 2-3. All right. Hands are up. We get a wild pass. They're still in possession, out of bounds. Our ball. All right, we're bringing it down. Anthony in the corner, quick shot. And we just got in the game not too long ago, and we're just catching and shooting right away. Pump fake, look to get to the basket. I haven't seen no one pump fake and get to the basket yet. That's what they're doing. Look, they get to the basket. They've gotten a lot of fouls, a lot of and ones because they're driving to the basket. We have to be able to mix it up. We can't just be outside shooters only. All right, bringing it down. Screen, good screen. We need to find him. Great job, Marcus. That's 2. That's beautiful basketball. We need to clip this. This is a perfect way to execute a pick and roll. Man, this is 2 times in a row. Marcus bringing it down. He's calling for Leland. Leland sets the screen. Leland goes to the basket. Marcus throws it over the defender. Leland, big body finish and one all game. We should do that a lot more. Instead of settling for outside shot threes, pick and roll, off ball screen, cut, slash, layups. All right. Now we're back on D. We're back on D. We create a steal. We're looking down. That's a turnover. We have to make better passes. Hands up. Shot. That's our rebound. We're going down. It looks like it's a 1-on-3. We don't have no numbers. We take it coast to coast. We get to the free throw line because we're aggressive. So as a coach, not going to get mad because we ended up getting to the free throw line. But just think, we didn't have any numbers. It wasn't 1-on-3. So just in case, if we didn't get to the free throw line, we turned it over or whatever, coach might be looking to make that sub because we did force it. But sometimes when you force it and you're aggressive, the referee will bless you with a foul call. Just got to hit the free throws. Everybody, how many individual free throws are you getting on your own every day? That's a good question to ask yourself. What's the score? 15-8. 15-8. I would say that's us with the lead just because we're closer on the scoreboard. However, can't guarantee that. All right, let's see what happens. Foul call. They're going to the free throw line. They've gone to the free throw line a lot. We've gone a few times. Free throws are very important. We should be shooting 80, 90% from the free throw line if we're taking it serious. Nice 3-ball, Marcus. Got to knock it down, though. That's the next evolution in a lot of our games is being a consistent shooter. You can't just make one every now and then and have a false confidence. We need to have a real confidence, someone who puts the work in daily. And that could just be 20, 30, 40, 50 shots working on that three-pointer. But then in the game time, you're going to be confident because you practice it. A nice way to get to the basket, Tristan and Flex. I see that. It must be an and one. So I'm assuming we're going to get one free throw. One free throw. So we got an and one. Way to use your strength, Tristan. You're a slasher. Way to dribble drive. All right, Marcus, we're bringing it down. We attack. I'm not mad with the attack, but like I said, we didn't get the foul call. We still have the ball, so it's not a bad possession, totally. But we got to watch out. We don't want to get no turnovers. Nice screen. We got him. Turnover. Pump fake high, hit him low with a better entry pass. We got to work on our post entry passes. Like, how do we pass the ball into the post? All right, foul here. They're going back to the free throw line. They're shooting a lot of free throws. They're just not making them right now. But just like in the other game, episode 3, first half, the team didn't make any shots. Second half, they did, and they came back and they won. That needs to be our rebound. Is that our rebound? That's our rebound. All right, taking it down the other way. Shot goes up. Is this for the end of the half? It is. Miss. All right, so hey, first half score, let's see, 17-8. So we do have the lead. Man, that's a great first half. Honestly, we're up 9, and it could be even a bigger lead on shot selection. We limit some of those threes. We look to attack the basket a little bit more. All right, we don't send them to the free throw line as much. All right, we have a better wall in our 2-3, so when they do drive, our hands are up, and they can't really drive. When they do drive, they see our hands, so they kick it out because they do have a few layups at the basket. Second half, let's jump right on in. All right, second half, here we go. I believe the score is 17-8, 9-point lead, still anybody's game. Who wants it? We start off with the steal. It's a great job. It's all about energy and momentum. Way to pass the ball up. We should finish that. And we get to the, travel call. Man. Okay. So our ball, I'm going to put it in 2 times speed. Talk through it. 3 ball at the top. Not really the best shot right now, especially second half. We do get a steal, so that's a great job. That's a great job. So if you're working that hard, you get a steal, you create 2 points. Hey, a coach is probably not going to get mad if you get a heat check three in there, especially since you did hit one earlier. So great job, Tristan. That's how you can make a big impact on your team. Creating a steal and go getting a layup. That's so much momentum going your way. All right. And you create that all on your own. Another travel call, 2 travel calls to start the second half. At this level, we can't afford to have those. Clean up the footwork. And one. All right. We foul them in the post. They get a shot up. All right. They missed the free throw. We're going down. Let's slow it down now. All right. Hey, we see that we can attack and get to the basket. Great job on the kick out. The three, we hesitated. Let's go back. Once we catch it right away, Tristan did all the work. He made him drive. That should be the shot right away. Now the defender's on you. Now you hesitated. Now it's not a smooth rhythm three. All right, so catch and shoot or catch and pass. They get the three. They scored 2 baskets in a row. Have momentum. All right, we're coming off the screen. We attack. Layup, finish. Great job. That's what happens when we get to the basket. Last 2 possessions, we got to the basket. Tristan kicked it out. Could have been a good three. We weren't aggressive right away, hesitant, so it wasn't a great shot, but we attacked the basket. Next possession, we get a layup. And his percentages, look, they shoot a three on the other end. I don't know any team, any player that's going to shoot, higher than 50% threes. It's just the numbers, especially at this level. Who's really working on their threes that much? All right. So good percentage for a team to shoot. You got to think. Law of percentages. They drive to the basket. Look at the Golden State Warriors, for example. A high volume shooting 3-point team. But they had Steph Curry and Klay Thompson on the team, 2 of the greatest 3-point shooters of all time. All right. So if they miss 5 in the first half, law of percentages, they're probably going to hit a couple in the second half. Is if they miss 5 more, they go 0 for 10. That doesn't sound like them. They miss 5, they're probably going to make maybe 4 or 5 in that second half and end up, 4 for 10, 5 for 10. That's what, because they're shooters like that. But if you're not a shooter, Giannis, Draymond, and they shoot 10 threes, that's probably a good thing. Law of percentages. They're probably going to only make maybe 1 or 2 because their percentages don't lie. All right, let's keep it going. That's enough on that rant. All right, 3-point shooter, Noah, knocks it down. Prime example, he's a shooter. Majority of his shots are threes. He's been doing this for years in the program. So you just got to know who the personnel is, know who you're playing against. And this is kind of when your IQ comes into play, especially in these leagues. You play the same teams kind of over and over. You see them play, you watch them, you study them. It's a big part of this. Once you get to college, there's like what do you call it? Basically like a scouting report where they have every other player on the team you're about to play, their name, their strengths, their weaknesses, their percentages. So you study that, and now you have a better idea once you come in the game what that player likes to do. Here we don't have that, but that's why when you're on the bench, if you watch and you study, pay attention in the first half or first couple minutes, you can see when you sub in what they like to do. I mean, if you're a starter, you don't get that. You just got to hop in and play right away. But hey, if you're coming off the bench, it's a good thing to study the game, see what the players on the court are doing. So when you go out there, you kind of have a little bit of an edge because you've been studying them for a couple minutes. And as I said, once you get to college, it's happening before every game for sure. That's also why you can't be a one-trick pony because the scouting report is going to say, hey, this player likes to do this. And once they take you out of that, you have to be able to counter that, bring something else. So you got to have a well-rounded overall game, especially once you get to that next level. These teams are scouting you. They're going to know your tendencies, you right-handed, left-handed, and all that stuff like that. So, all right, let's hop back into the game. All right. Hope we can get a timeout soon, maybe get a score update. So, they get an open three, they pass it up, they go down low, they get fouled, or they get a jump ball. Foul. 2 free throws. I feel like this game is going to go down to the wire. We'll see what the score is. Free throw. Whew. And this game also might come down to free throws. All right, so We got the ball. We're bringing it down. We got a big on us. We attack. We kick it out. It's a great job. Noah got to be ready to catch and shoot. Once again, let me rewind. Especially if you just knocked one down. Look at all that space. One more time. Tristan, great job by penetrating to the paint. You got 2 defenders on you. Q gets it. Quick swing. Look at you, Noah. 3-point shot. Boom, right there. His hand wasn't up, and he was too far anyway. All right. It's okay, though. We pass it up. Marcus attacks. He makes up for it, looks like. Gets to the basket. Finish. Big body. False alarm. We get blocked. Now they're taking it down. Now we're on defense. They swing. They swing. They swing. Hit the post. Hit the post. Swing. They're being patient. They get the 3. They launch it. They miss. Rebound. Miss. We got lucky. All right. We're bringing it down once again. Let's see if we can get a paint touch. Every time we got a paint touch, good things have happened. Screen. Offensive screen. Offensive foul on the screen, it looks like. All right, we're going to push it down. They get an open 3. That has to be our rebound, or did we let it go out of bounds? Okay, we let it go out of bounds. We let it go out of bounds. Okay, good job. All right, so we're pushing it down. Looks like we have a nice rhythm right now. Good core group in the game. Tristan is bringing the ball down the court. Marcus is right there with them. All right, let's see what kind of basket do we get? A floater, get to the basket. Nice move. Every time we get to the paint, something good has happened, and that's a great example. Nice floater. No steal. Ref doesn't call nothing. We get a – oh! That's a tough one right there. I know you'll get it back. You just made a great play, so on to the next one. On to the next one. It would have been a great momentum shift to definitely get that. But, hey, you've been working hard, man. All right, we're on it, kind of on a double team. Do we get a steal? We're real aggressive right now, and the refs are letting us play. It's high school ball. All right, Marcus, swing. Marcus, attack. Nice try, Marcus. Hey, we're pushing it down the floor. Miss. Do we get the ball? I see 26 on the board. 26, 16. So it looks like we might have a 10-point lead. Shot goes up. Looks like it might be an 8-point lead. That's what happens when we don't box out. They get an open shot, put it right back up. All right. Hey, we are here. Noah with the 3. Clutch shot, Noah. See what happens when you catch and shoot. Let's see how much room you had. Probably less room on the last one. Caught it. Hand down, man down. Nice shot. Whoo, that was a big time one. They shoot it, miss. They forced it, they rushed it. All right, let's keep it going. Marcus down low. Miss. It's okay. Attack. We're patient down low. No fouls. We get the stop. Now we're going down other way. Noah for 3. Man, another shot, Noah. Game changer right there. Definitely. So now we're hitting a few 3s because we got to the basket. Tristan got to the basket. Sometimes he passed it, he kicked it out. Sometimes he scored it. Now they collapsed in, and we have a little mismatch in our size, and Noah's able to get a couple 3s. That changes the whole momentum of the game. Now we're up couple digits, double digits. And yeah, we have the momentum. Even right there, I would have been looking for Noah. He just hit a couple. Find the high hand. I'm not saying don't shoot it if you're open, but if you have someone on your team that just scored a couple baskets in a row, look to find them again. 10 minutes left. I just saw that score. Let me see. What was that? Hold it. Let's see what this score is. 18-32. 18-32. All right. We do have solid control right now. I'm going to go to a 2-time speed. We have solid control. but the game is not over. Definitely not. All right, we're swinging the ball. Let me slow it down. We get an open three. Woo! Big shot, big shot, big shot. Think we came off the screen. Let's see what happens. Q sets the screen. They don't come up. Tristan's feeling it. He gets the shot. Man, that's a great job. Now we're kind of running away. I'm going to just fast forward it. Let's see if they come back. We'll kind of talk about the game a little bit. They shoot the three. They miss. All right. They get another three. They miss. We get the rebound. We're pushing. Tristan, another three. Miss. Not saying, hey, you did just hit one. All right. But, hey, can we get maybe a better one? And maybe you can shoot that better one. All right. Especially because I see hands on our knees on defense. And they just hit a three. All right. So, timeout. 21:35. 4 minutes left. Let's talk about it. Riseology, episode number 4. I do see a lot of value in these games. Being able to watch it, break it down, study your team, your teammates, other players. As I said, even if you're not a player that's in this game, you can still learn. Take your time, ask questions, post the questions below. If you want me to break down your game, let me know. All right, hey, 4 minutes left. Let's see, can we close out this game? All right, get out that corner. Looks like we're just moving that ball around. I'm going to go ahead 2 times. Now we're in the post. It was a great shot because we got the ball down low. We got a post opportunity. They attacked. They scored. Nice big body move. We're going down the other way. Let's see what happens. We attack. We missed the layup. Now they're taking it down. Let's see if they get any momentum. They miss. Shot goes up. They get fouled. No, they don't get fouled. I'm sorry. They miss. We get the rebound. All right, we're kind of moving that ball. We got attack. We miss. It's a good floater shot. Big body attack. They miss. They get the rebound. They put it back in. All right, let's see. Time out. Slow it down a little bit. Let's see. Do we have a score? 25. Okay, no. Let's see. No score. But let's see what happens. Turnover. So last couple possessions, we've turned the ball over. They've been able to dribble drive, either make a layup or get a putback. They get a three. They hit the three. Wow, looks like they're coming back. I could tell by the energy of their coaches. They're jumping around. They're trying to get some momentum. All right, do they call a carry? They call a carry. All right, anybody's game. Let's see what happens. They shoot the three. Miss the three. They get the rebound. 1:40 on the clock. We'll slow it down. They get the ball into the paint. They call a foul. All right, down low. They missed. That has to be our rebound. It has to be our rebound. We got to scrap. Ooh, they call the travel call. Our ball. They're in a press. We're bringing the ball down. Leland. Back to Marcus. Marcus. Double team comes. Patience. Whip it around. Reverse it. Noah. Double team's coming. Dribbles around. Tristan gets it. Tristan has the blow by. He shoots the floater. He misses. We have to know time and score. Do we need the floater? I'm not saying don't shoot it, but if we're not going to make it, dribble around. That's still, we can blow maybe 20, 30 seconds off the clock. They shoot the two, they miss. We kind of get lucky. 58 seconds left. All right, so yeah, we could definitely waste a lot of clock. We don't have to stall, but at the same time, know the time in possession. If it's not a good shot, pass it up. At this possession, we need a 100% for sure made basket. We don't want to shoot a shot up. And really, there's no for sure guaranteed made basket unless we're wide open at the basket. So we turn the ball over, giving them so many opportunities to win this game. So many. When all we needed to do is dribble out the clock. Maybe come let them foul us. Pass the ball around because they're double teaming and make sure we get a wide open layup instead of an 8-foot floater. All right, they're pressing. We turn it over. Once again, another turnover. We cannot have all these turnovers. They get the ball out. They dribble drive. Kick it out. Shot goes up. Miss. We get the rebound. Game is coming down. Final possessions. There we go. Now we're slowing it down. Now we want them to come and guard us. We should have did this a few possessions ago, but they have a 5-second count. So you have to move. Remember, if their defender is within arm length distance for more than 5 seconds and we don't get no separation, it's their ball. We got to dribble around. All right, 35. I think I just saw the score. Hold on. 35-28, 5 seconds left. The game is in our hands unless something crazy happens. All right. Let's finish this game strong. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. You guys been playing great all game. Couple seconds left. Close out. Great job. Hey, everybody, another episode of Riseology. As I said, leave me a comment below if you have any questions, want me to break a game down. I'll see you guys later.